Welcome to Code Essentials. Today I wanted to show you how you can download and install Git in your local machine, especially Windows, and then from there how you can create an account on GitHub, and then how you can upload your files, your code to GitHub. So head over to your Firefox or Chrome, and then type in Git, then search. Here you can see so click on Git, and then it will open the Git official website, and here you can navigate to downloads. So click on downloads. Now under the downloads you can see we have different platforms such as Windows, Mac and Linux. So for me, I will be downloading the Windows, or my machine is Windows. If you're using Mac, you can download the Mac version or the Linux version. So I click on download for Windows, and then it will take me to this page. Here we also have different installer platforms, where we have the 32-bit Git for Windows and have the 64-bit. So if your machine is 32-bit, you can download this one, but if it is 64-bit, you can use 64-bit, especially for standalone installer. Okay, so I already have Git installed in my machine, so I will not download this for this time. But if you don't have Git, then make sure you download the version that matches your machine. Also, you can see the current source code release is version 2.41.0. The installation process is just direct, or you can check out other videos from the internet how you can install Git in your machine depending on your platform or the operating system you are using. So after you've just installed Git, you can hand over to your search bar and type in Git bash. Then Git bash will open. So whenever you install Git, it comes with this command prompt. It's just the same as the CMD that comes with the operating system. So if you type in CMD, you can see it's something similar to that. So still here in the CMD, or the command prompt that comes with the operating system, I can type in git space -- version. Then I click on enter, and here I can see the version of Git that I've installed in my machine. So the same way, you can type in here in the Git bash. Let me minimize this so that you guys can see what I'm doing. So here still you can type in git space -- version, and you click on enter. It still gives you the same result. So you can see I have Git version 2.40.0 on Windows. So the current version is 2.41.0, so you can download that, or whatever the latest version you are having on your machine. So after that, the next step is to hand over to GitHub. So you can make sure you create an account on GitHub. So you can type in GitHub sign up. GitHub sign up. When you click on that, it will open the page. If you don't have the account, then it will ask you to either join GitHub or join GitHub with sign up. So you can do that. Create an account is just direct. You can use your Gmail and then the password, then we'll be directed to GitHub. So right now I'm on my GitHub account. This is my account. You can see I have a few repositories. So the thing is, here you have to create a new repository. So if you don't see this one, make sure you are under the repositories, because sometimes when you open GitHub, it is most of the time it is under overview. So you can click on repositories for you to open up this kind of window where you will have the new button where you can create your new repository. So before that, I want to open my VS Code so that maybe I just create some some code that we can use to upload, or for at least for this video. So I think I'll head over to my desktop. And here I can create a new folder and say GitHub. Okay, so I have this folder. I can drag this folder and drop in my VS Code. Then here I can create a new file. And I say so I say yes, I trust the authors. So click on this icon here to create a new file. So I can say index.html. Click on that. Then here I can type in, I can create some just for showing you the website. So I can say HTML5 boilerplate. Click on that one. Then down here I can remove the comments. Inside the body I can create an h1. So I say h1 and say this is the GitHub tutorial for beginners. Okay, yeah, so this is just an index.html file for learning purposes, I think, at least in this video. So here I can right click in VS Code and open with live server. If you don't have live server, make sure you head over to extensions and you can search under the extensions panel. You can type in live server to open the live server extension. Then you can install, and then it will automatically open whenever you click here. You can see open in live server. So this one opens the code inside the web browser. So this is the output in the browser. Now the next thing is to upload this code, or to push this code to GitHub. So I go under menu in the VS Code, the view, then terminal. So here we are going to upload these files to GitHub inside the Visual Studio Code. So back to our GitHub account, make sure you create a new repository. So here I create the repository name. I can say git underscore beginners. Okay, then here I can give a description, say this is the first video on GitHub. Yeah, then you can make it public or private. You can also have a readme file, but I will do this in the next video. You can also add git ignore to ignore some files that you don't want to upload. You can also have the license. So here you can search in the MIT license. You can do that. Then you can leave the rest as default. Then you click on create repository. And now you can choose the license, or you can leave it as the default. Then you can just create the repository. So I will leave the license as none. Then I create the repository. So you can see it is creating the new repository, and here now I have the new repository. What I need to do is now to run these commands in the Visual Studio Code command line. So the first thing here, you can see we need to do, or to type this command git init, to initialize our project. Now here I can type git init, click on enter. Then the next command is git add. So you can type in git add. Then because I want to add everything in this folder, so I give a space and then a dot, then click on enter. Then the next one is git commit, then the commit message. So I can just copy this one, come back to Visual Studio Code and paste the command. So it says git commit -m, then my first commit. So you can change the message, but I will leave that one. So you can see it says one file change 17 intersections, then create mode index.html. Now the next command is git branch -m, and my branch is the main branch. So for beginners, basically you should be working with the main branch. So back to the Visual Studio Code, I paste in the command and run again. Then I copy the second last command, git remode add. So here I paste again. So it says git remote add origin and the link to my GitHub repository. So I click on enter. I think now the last one is to push the code to the main branch. So it is git push u origin main. So here I paste the command and click on enter. So give it a second as it pushes the code to the GitHub. So you can see it completed uploading the files to the GitHub. So the thing you need to do here is come and refresh the page. Then hopefully you should see your files or your code in the GitHub. Now you can see here we have the index.html file in our GitHub repository. So you can click on that to see your code. So here this is the code that we just wrote in the Visual Studio Code. So this is the way to upload your code to GitHub, at least for beginners. So the next video we shall look at how you can push changes to GitHub. So here if you come back to your Visual Studio Code and try to edit some code here, and then you should upload these changes or push these changes to GitHub. So I'll show you this one in the next video. Thank you. I'll see you next time.